Hello and welcome into episode 43 of the Value of Talent podcast. I'm your host, Harry Trades, and with me as always, the man, the myth, the legend, Fedo. How are we doing?
Doing great. Loads to discuss. Sorare has loads to do, and I think they're hopefully waking up to it. And I think people are speaking up more than they have done before, at least in my opinion. I think the last episode was a very good one. If you haven't listened to that, definitely give it a listen. And yeah, we're coming into the very close to the festive period. Harry's already wearing the festive clothes. Yeah, so that's gonna be crazy. We're gonna talk a bit about Boxing Day preparation because there's gonna be some nice game weeks there where you could squeeze in some good cards. Talk about this game week. Talk about everything new. Talk about the DNP thing and the non format, and yeah, just rant about as always. And yeah, and also your U23 Pro lineup does look pretty good.
Yeah, so we're actually filming this on a Sunday, which is unusual for us, isn't it? Um,
Yeah,
but yeah, like you said, I am on. Well, yeah, I've had a decent start. Well, yesterday, Saturday. Yeah, I had two players play. Goalkeeper Bazanu, finally with a clean sheet feather for us. 90 points off him with bonuses and whatever. Um, and then big Hugo Seque, who's been ridiculous for me recently. So those two have played, and I'm looking pretty good going into Sunday, which is obviously today, like we said. Big episode though. We've got the sort of rundown of the new Sorare football product update. DNP rewards, reward box 270, long forms looks like it's going to be staying for a little while, and they've sort of calibrated the cap mode or the 240 like bonuses and stuff, which we'll definitely get into. And like Feder said, there has been a lot of sort of outcry, I guess, in the community. Deservedly so. There's definitely some very valid points being made across the internet, I guess, of Sorare and about Sorare actually. So yeah, loads to dive into, like you said, mate. And yeah, where do you want to start? Do you want to go product update, or do you want to go like how we're doing this current game week? What do you fancy?
well, we can do current game week and product update then after basically, and yeah, I think
Okay,
that's the way to go.
so I'm in a bit of a rare situation, Feder, where I've actually won the super threshold already. I'm done. Sunday morning,
Yeah,
and I've already
you're
I've already
done.
got the threshold. What a feeling, though, right? Good feeling.
It's a feeling. It is a feeling. It's pretty good, and the problem is, yeah. But myself, I also see it in the prioritization of how I put my lineups. Like my number one lineup is basically also Rare Plus, just because of the cash. Because at the moment you can't sell any cards. It's just unbelievable. So everything you want to have is cash. And yeah, so it is a big price. And as we said last week, it's probably the biggest price you can have at the moment in Sorare, which is completely wrong. Just if somebody's listening to it, this is just wrong and should never be the case. And if it is gonna sustain, I don't see any bigger future for this platform, to be honest. And yeah, but you did a good job. I think Labrovic did. I think he had a nice 3-0 in a way, and I
Yeah.
think it was against the last, if I'm not mistaken. And I know you love to play your boy Magnus Madsen in there, so um, he's
He
doing
deserves to
great.
play elsewhere. Yeah, he's so good right now. He could play in any competition, really, right?
Yeah,
Um,
he could play. I'm not playing him in threshold because I still have hope that somehow winning is meant to be more valuable than playing the threshold. But maybe I should put him in the threshold as well. Yeah, but it
I
looks
only
good. Brennan
yeah
Johnson. You had
yeah
Brennan
John.
Johnston as well.
He got
I think
injured.
he.
Yeah, he came off with concussion.
Yeah, and then how many points do you have already?
325. So I won't get a card, I don't think. But um, yeah, I'm in that weird position where like an extra maybe 25 points would have maybe got me a card, but where I'm at right now, it's probably a little bit probably on the lower side of things, isn't it?
That's the crazy thing about Super Rares. Like the cards you win in Super Rares are crazy because even if they're bad, you can hold them and you have no problem holding them in a way because like they're so scarce in that even like you still like, that's why I want to be built more into super and everything. You still like to, even if super is also not great because you can't sell any cards basically. If he's not in a very demand or is perfect for a threshold or whatever. So, but still, you can still hold him and see what happens, and that's a main reason why me personally I love super and uniques, but I can't afford as many uniques at the moment. So let's see how this gonna go work out.
Mate, that
I think, yeah,
I was just gonna say what you just said then about like winning sort of lower tier super rares. This guy here, Rune Paishus, or however we're gonna pronounce his name,
yeah,
like he was a tier 5 win in 220 for me a couple of weeks ago, right? And because his cap's so low, like I'm able to fit him in.
yeah,
Okay, when I won him, I think I won him like around the time where he scored a couple of own goals, so I didn't really play him for a
yeah,
little while. But since game week 427, he's scored 27 AA, 12 AA, minus 4 AA obviously, which is not great, and then
yeah,
4 AA. But his cap is 31. So he just allows me to play Magnus Madsen, as long as he doesn't like completely shit the bed and scores like 20 points, like minus 10 AA or something, then I'm still in the positive. Like he's still outscoring his at L15, and he was a tier 5 header. Like I would never play a tier 5 in rare, but because it's super rare, he fits into, he definitely has a place in a 240 lineup.
yeah. Agree, agree. Um, it just hurts to see in my eyes that you have like the Sontia Hansen and Magnus Madsen in some cap modes in a way, but yeah,
It's tough though,
I
isn't it?
just
Because
saw
like
you.
my gallery's not as good as yours in the sense of, like I couldn't play Magnus Madsen with like 4 other good cards in gas, let's say, or gas plus, or All Star Rare
I
plus. Sorry
understand.
for you
I
know what I'm saying.
understand.
That's my issue. So if I had another couple of really good super rares that I could play with Madsen, then fair enough. But right now, like you said, yeah, unfortunately, he does probably have to play in here. But without him, like I probably scrape the cap, but he's allowing me to just go above and beyond right now.
For sure, for sure.
How are you doing in the
Yeah, but
220
I
long
love your
form, by the way?
U23. Sorry?
How are you doing in the long form
I don't
220?
know. I haven't really given any attention to it, to be honest.
You've
Like,
not. I'm looking like actually really good. Like for super
you
rare,
do?
yeah. Like I think I'm in a really good position in super rare. Let's have a little look. So I think I'm like 40th right now.
That's great.
Yeah, but I've got one more. I've got Gaetan Cook to play. I'm in
Okay.
39th. I'm in 39th position right now, which is a tier 4. If I can, if he can score me like, so let's say, if he can score me 50 points, that would get me into the top 20. If he
Okay, that wouldn't be
scores,
bad.
that would be good. Like Bambi's in 16th right now, and he's on 1,288 points. I'm on 1,224 points with Cook
Yeah.
to play. So I know there's another game week this next midweek, so scores will improve again. But if I could get top
Yeah.
30, that would be a tier 3. That would be honestly, I'd be so happy with that.
Phew, that wouldn't be bad at all, brother. Like,
That
for
would be
real.
decent, right? Yeah, that would be
But I
decent.
think there's one more game week after this one, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we have the next midweek. So,
So
yeah,
the next midweek is still gonna count. Okay,
for
interesting.
sure. Yeah. So yeah, no, I'm happy with that. And like we said, well, we kind of touched upon the rare plus situation with Sikwe and where's he to? Big Baz, there he is. Big Bazanu. 3 players playing today: Jordan Teze, brand new into the gallery, Quinton Timber, and Rodrigo captain. So hopefully that works out well. But have you seen the guy at the top has like a full Riker stack, so like Labrovic.
Yeah, I
Um,
saw that. I
have
have
you seen
seen
that?
that. Yeah, but
He's on like
uh,
470, 80 points, something crazy.
yeah, he's gonna win that probably. Like,
Yeah, I
most
can't see
likely.
anyone. Catching him. To be fair.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
how are
that's
you doing?
fair.
Let's have a look. Yeah, it's
I'm
fair.
doing
No,
okay-ish. I'm
I
doing
saw
okay-ish.
you're looking good in second division. Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's always one. It might seem a bit stupid to say that I'm not very content with maybe podium in a way, but like I'm like, for me, all I want is winning. Basically, it's I just don't even care about the. I just want to win and just show that I can win this.
Hmm.
And yeah, it's always been one guy who lets me down a bit, and this time it's been two guys a bit letting me down. But I can't complain in a way. But yeah, Love that Inigo came into the gallery, did what he
Did you
was
buy him?
expected to do. Yeah, I
Did you
bought
buy
him.
him? Nice, nice, nice.
Bought him.
Yeah.
I bought him out of the market. Just bought him out. I had no fucking patience to basically
How much did he cost you?
trade. I
200?
think
280?
he's the fifth best forward on the platform. I think he cost me
309
zero
pounds. Yeah.
309 pounds. Yes, so,
Point one
yes,
seven
that's
seven. Okay, nice, nice.
0.177. Yeah, that's how I bought him out. Yeah, man. Friday started really good with Kulusevski scoring those 2 goals. Unfortunately, I haven't had a Premier League thing at this stage, basically, because I don't know. Guardiola is just. I don't know what Guardiola did against Crystal Palace, just scoring 25 points. Yeah, basically destroyed the other lineup, which I was very hopeful in a way.
Hmm.
Because even Buzio got the assist, which is good. So got his 60. Adam Zorgane did his thing, did 70 AA, what he always does, except last week when I really needed him. But yeah. And then Guardiola did some very strange stuff and just got 25 points against Crystal Palace. But even before they scored, like they conceded 2 goals, he was like on 32 points. I don't know what he was doing, to be honest.
He had three
And
shots on target, which is crazy, by the way.
yeah, I don't know what he was doing to me. I haven't watched the game though. I haven't watched the game. I can't really assess this and see if it was really that bad or not. And then I
Hmm.
had Martin van der Voort to play today. Was looking forward to that actually, but now I don't give a freaking hell anymore. and yeah,
Oh, Guardiola, Guardiola, Guardiola.
and then I have a very good start with Marcus Madsen and Challenger Europe Player Plus, but that's gonna be a very tough lineup because Dinamo was gonna play against Split, so I'm not expecting too much out of this lineup to be honest. And
Hmm.
yeah, Sinkumana came off the bench and scored. That was great.
I
He
did
was in
see
a
that.
throwaway
Yeah, I was
lineup.
happy for you. I was very happy. Just just the fact that he's played. Got on
Hopefully
the.
he yeah.
Yeah.
Then Premier League winter went good in a way as well. Bruno came in, scored 100 as a
Wow.
captain.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah.
great.
That's
But I had
huge,
stupidly had Enzo Fernandez in the lineup. I don't know why he
bro. What
didn't play.
happened
To
there?
be honest.
Yeah,
Yeah, and yeah, that broke the lineup a bit because that could have been a banger of a lineup to be honest. But
that could have been
yeah,
great. Yeah, but I mean, you're
banger
still in
of a
it.
lineup.
190 points after two players is still very, very good.
Yeah, still, but could have been 107, 260 points, something like that. You know,
Agree.
250, 240 points, and then just another 200 points from the other 2 players, and you a podium, basically, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
That would be a lot of cash and could have been good for buying some players. Yeah, then Trap, maybe I'm going to get the threshold. Also, Red Plus was my best lineup. I had the most hope in, but yeah, I think Köln conceded in the 80th, 9th minute, so then the lineup was already dead because if you have a super rare goalie and he doesn't get the clean sheet, basically you can forget it. So,
Yeah.
but it's a good lineup to look at and it's good cards and maybe I should also sell them and play super unique threshold at this point, to be honest. Like if Sorare wants me to do that, at the moment they're forcing me basically to do that. But yeah, maybe they're listening and having a clue and understanding what they have to do and make winning exciting again, and make reward users that actually play this game how it should be played correctly. And yeah, then basically we can start talking about this DNP stuff.
Yeah,
Basically,
definitely.
my honest opinion is I didn't hate it in a way. Like I didn't hate it, but especially like if you get the tier 2, maybe it shouldn't be a DMP.
Hmm.
Like maybe below tier 2, it's fine because I understand that they have to get them in the reward pools, and then other cards could get a breeder as well, which is superbly important. And but like if you're winning at tier 2, which is very very hard to get, like ladies and gentlemen, that's not easy to get in this game, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And you then get rewarded a second the replacement keeper of the first keeper, you feel like, okay, now I really should sell everything and just play threshold, you know?
Hmm.
And I don't know if that's the way to go. And yeah, and I want Ivo Gribic as I think 35th in All Star Rare Plus,
Okay.
which
Yeah.
is
Is he a
still
DNP then? Yeah.
he's a DNP.
Okay.
He's worth £120. I don't know why, but he was worth £120. I think if I put him on the market, I wouldn't. Like I'm on a big experiment at the moment. I'm having a big goalie on the market who has decent fixtures over the Boxing Days until the 7th of January.
Yeah.
And let's see if I can sell him for cash or E.
Is
And
he
if that is
rare?
not
Rare or super rare?
rare, rare.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
if I can't do that, I'm really worried.
Hmm.
Like for real. And so let's see how that's gonna play out.
But yeah, I
Because
wanted to just I've got some on the screen here, Feder. Just kind of explains
yeah,
what you're sort of explaining as well. I saw the tweet this morning. It was a reply to Zurao's extremely long tweet about the DMP rewards, which I did. I read last night just whilst I was in bed. But he's just kind of explaining, why DMPs are important, to be in the prize pool. But one of the really interesting replies I saw was from this at Flamingo Bingo SR, and he basically says, "Understand your points, Zurao, but the fact of the matter is that it was stated it would not affect quality of rewards, but has pushed players previously in the pools into higher tiers, devaluing all the tiers. No one has an issue with winning DMPs in their correct place. What we do have an issue is is former mid-tier 2s are now becoming tier 1s because of this change, and tier 1s are now becoming stars. If DMPs was added to the existing pool in their respective places, no issues. But the prize pools are considerably weaker than a couple of weeks ago." So basically, DMPs are pushing certain cards, i.e. just a very normal tier 2 that isn't a
yeah,
DMP, into the tier 1 pools, which if there were no DMP rewards, that would be still be a tier 2. But just because there's so many more cards now in the pools, it's forcing other cards to be bumped up where they wouldn't have been previously, which I think that's obviously what this guy's saying. And I honestly, I kind of agree with him. I also agree with Zura, though, in the sense, I think we need DMP rewards, but they can't be, just because they're worth X amount, I don't think that should be the only way that they're getting sort of tiered in that sense in the prize pool, because at the end of the day you can't use them, most of them. Well, obviously they're DMPs, right? They just don't play. So yeah, you could
exactly.
argue you could be patient and blah blah blah. I get that, especially with younger players. Perfect example, right? I won a tier 4 midweek. Rocco Bragovic, who plays for Hajduk Split. He's 17 years old. He's a tier 4, like I said. He's worth £20, okay? Not even that, £16. Previously, a couple months ago, I won, for a tier 4, I won a Sergi Cardona, who plays every game for Leganas. It's not Leganas, it's Las Palmas. I'll see if I can find him now in my gallery. There he is. Sergi Cardona, new card. And he's a really good card for me. You look at his scores, they're really, really good. And he was a tier 4.
Yes,
So, you compare that tier 4 to winning, that Rocco Bragovic. I'm sorry, but it's just, I know he's 17, Rocco Bragovic. He could turn into
yeah.
a very good player, blah, 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 blah. But is that as exciting, Feder, than winning someone that you can, use right now and he's valuable in your gallery right now?
It could be exciting if he's like a Echeverry or Gianluca Cristiani, but they're so expensive that they're not in these rackets anymore.
Exactly.
And yeah, I don't think we need to get excitement back on this platform, and everybody that says Sorare is just meant for be collectible and whatever. So and don't care about the money in a way. This is just the most stupid thing I've ever heard in my life, because then exactly that point you should not sell your great cards because they're so collectible and you love collecting them, to buy some Omer Tokprak who's 35 to play Super Rare Threshold. Then please just understand the game first. And if this game wouldn't have any monetary aspect in it, it would have been dead already, because there's better games out there as of gameplay. I would have rather played FIFA if it's just for having fun than playing Sora in a way. You know what I mean? Or
Agree.
the SO5 thing, we need probably a revolution in the SO5 system as well, because we have had that for the last 3 years, and it, for some, not for me, but for some users, it starts to get a bit boring in a way, I think, and I could imagine. Not for me, I still love it, And yeah, but like SO5, there's nothing really fun about it in a way. There's nothing big revolutionary in a way. The biggest revolution was you had this fantasy platform game that had NFTs, and you could have won the NFTs that assumably were so rare and had a big value in a way, and you could have hold them and be nice and happy to have them because they are so rare. And if this all falls away, nobody's gonna play this game. And if I one time hear that low prices will make this game mainstream, again, I'm gonna jump out of a window because it's just the biggest mistake I've ever heard in my life. Like low prices will exactly prevent it to become mainstream. Nobody is gonna invest in a falling knife, and exactly as I said, nobody's gonna play so rare for the fun aspect.
Hmm.
Nobody. Like I love Sorare, and I think it's the greatest game out there because of other aspects that intrigue me and excite me in a way. But if I just would play for free and I just put £60 in it, I just buy FIFA, just like for real.
Hmm. Yeah, you get way more. You get way more excitement out of buying a £60 FIFA game. Okay, you need to buy the console as well. I get that, but yeah, you're right. It's hard to just play this game just for fun. Like there needs to be that sort of that jackpotty
Exactly.
element. Because that's at the end of the day, that's how this game is going to
Excitement.
survive. Because people need to spend money on there. If people don't spend like good amounts of money on this game basically dies, doesn't it? Because there's just no revenue. It's as simple as that.
1000%. 1000%. And if we don't get this excitement back, it's not looking too good for Sora in a way. And because it is what made this product what it is, and what made so many people fall in love with this product and love this product so much. This excitement of watching your players do it for you, basically,
Hmm.
and really helping you do it. Because I get it, but like I love watching my team anyways, but I wouldn't care as much, for example, in a way, if I couldn't have had a way to profit from it, or a way to gain experiences from it, or to enjoy it even further in a way. Like I would just watch Bayern Munich and be happy if they won. I wouldn't care about anything else basically,
Hmm.
or Milan. But yeah, this is gonna be completely different, and this is the craziest and best thing about Sora. You got so excited, and this excitement, this dopamine level that got you playing Sora, this FOMO that, oh, I need this card to play him in this one lineup. Oh, I need him because he's gonna be the next U23 rare star, and I'm gonna win U23 with him. Blah blah blah. This is what made this game great, and what makes this game till to the date great. And that's exactly what we need. This excitement that we need to have people be really excited for Boxing Day, watching the games, buying players for the games, etc., etc. And if you're a threshold farmer, for example, what at the moment is the case, you have three cards from the La Liga. They have no game on Boxing Day. Yeah, are you
Hmm.
gonna buy new cards for them? No, you're not.
No, not if it doesn't make sense as far as like if the threshold's $50, you're probably only going to buy cards if they're like less than that realistically, aren't you? Because you want to make off the threshold, and I get that. Like I'm not looking down upon people who just play for threshold. Like there
No,
is
no,
going to
I
be
don't look at it, it's
no,
not the
I
bad.
know,
It's
I know.
not
I'm not
the,
saying you are, but yeah.
but some I also some people who do play threshold play it correctly and reinvest it and try to alter their squads as you do, for example, or some of the most guys in our community do, and everything. But it should not be the case that everybody just wants to play threshold. That's all I say.
No, but that's the issue. Like we said, we just read that tweet, or we didn't read the tweet, but I'm gonna get the
Exactly.
tweet on screen right now. So this, I didn't really know who he was, but he's an Italian streamer or something that plays so rare. I didn't know about him. I think Feder said he knew about him. Um, Amido Durante, we're gonna call him.
Yeah.
And he's basically just sort of quote tweeted Zurao's tweet, and basically goes into the fact that like he loves Sorare, he's been streaming it for ages, but the last couple of weeks, like he just doesn't want to stream it. He's just not having fun. The enthusiasm has been sort of drained out of him, and he's basically saying here, is it healthy for the platform for a user like me playing for 2 years? Currently wanting to part ways with the best rare cards like Sané, Dembele, Chesney, Tony Cruz to build a 240 super rare threshold team because it's more, it's just more profitable in that sense. And he said he won, or he finished sixth, sorry, in America Rare Pro, and he was awarded a 38-year-old Chilean
Okay.
goalkeeper
This
who's
this
not
I
going to
have
play
to.
again.
This is the.
Go on.
Sorry, I have to interrupt there. Like I 1000% agree with him, and should not be the case. And selling Sane, Chesney to buy Omer Toprak super rare is just out of their minds. And if Sorare want people to do that, then I don't know what they're cooking or doing.
Yeah.
And I love Sorare, and I have the biggest faith in Sorare ever. And but like with the thing with the goalie, I have to defend Sorare in that way. It was the same game week where I won Weverton basically as first, and I got first. Like there were like just only 2 teams playing basically, nothing
Okay.
really.
So very small
Um,
prize pool,
but
basically. Yeah.
super small prize pool. Like he can't be offended by that in that way.
I
Like he
agree.
should
Yeah,
have
that's a
played.
different. This is a different like argument. Those are two
He
different
should
things,
have
there, aren't they?
known that.
Yeah.
But he's a great guy. I love Spola. Spola is and he's great for the community, and he loves this game. He was always positive, and because then I'm so many groups where he was as well, and everybody
Okay.
in that group wanted to basically sell up and said it's all shit and everything, and
Hmm.
he was always the only guy. No, this is cool, this is the best, and it's gonna be the best in the future. And he left some of those groups as well because he had enough of this negativity in a way. So if even a guy like him or me say that this system is broken, somebody needs to wake up.
Yeah, I think you're completely right. And this last point that he made, he said, "I'd prefer converting 300 conscious managers over thousands of kids playing for free, contributing
Thousand
neither to
percent.
the contributing neither to the community nor the game nor your pockets." And he obviously means to Sora's pocket. So yeah, it's kind of a case of like it's finding that balance, isn't it, Fed? Of like, yeah, this game should be so rare. These cards should be so rare, scarce, blah blah blah. But ultimately, they are still trying to push this game to the masses, and it's finding that it must be an incredibly hard balance to keep those two in line, keep card values high, thriving, yet still trying to target more and more users. Like it can't be easy. It can't be.
No, it can't. Of course, but we had this point last week. I think this is, as you said, this is not a FIFA style of play where, as you said, the kids play 10,000 people. You have to have a certain amount of money to play this correctly in a way as well. And
Yeah.
this is supposed to be a luxury product, not it itself is a luxury product because even in rare, you only have 100 versions of that card. FIFA has 1 million version of that card if they want to, basically.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
itself, it has to be a luxury product, and we're trying to make a luxury product to a Zara product, which is not, or not to a cheap product, which is not the case for this game. And exactly this luxury product tish type of thing was basically what brought all the excitement. And
Hmm.
as McBride said yesterday, we became from so rare to so many, and that's not the case, and it should not be the case.
I agree. I definitely agree. I do. It's just hard. I do sympathise with them, and that if you do read Zerao's tweet, well, I do encourage, if you are listening or watching this podcast now, go and read that Zerao's tweet. It's probably a bit too long for us to go through right now, but it is really interesting, and it is hard that there are sort of that he kind of explains that Sorare as a company are so new, and there's no blueprint to go off. Like they're just unfortunately having to just not make things up off the off the cuff or off the fly, but like it's just hard. They're having to like change things in real time whilst trying to keep a product alive, and it can't be easy. And I'm not taking sides here. I see both sides, and obviously you do as well. But it's not easy. Is basically probably
No,
the
it's not easy at all. This has been going on for a bit of time now, and they're doing good things, and I love Sora. And as I said, I believe in this product, and I still believe this is gonna be a big thing, and that they're gonna turn around the ship in a way. If not, I would have already sold everything and bought the unique threshold, basically. And
yeah, yeah.
if that would be my belief, I'm not stupid, and I don't like losing money, like for real. Like
Hmm.
I'm holding up okay because I'm winning. I'm not gaining anything, but I'm winning enough to basically somehow stabilize my gallery value in a way. But
Yeah.
uh, yeah, I don't like. The problem is we have to go away from this only source of revenue, like only big source of revenue being being the minting of cards, because that itself is inflationary, and it's not gonna work out as much in the future. And we have probably gonna get bigger tournaments, which is great. Longer form, bigger tournaments with big prize pool. I think that's a big thing they can do. Sponsor tournaments, even if they're not looking at them at the moment. I think that's so easy for them to do, and could excite people so much, and could even give. Man, even that, like so coins, I'm saying for 6 months already, they need to get an intrinsic value. Did anything change? Nothing. You know what I mean? And
Hmm.
they tweeted, and that's they tweeted it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. But when is gonna happen? Like, or just like I love them and I respect them and I know time, how much they have to do. So I'm not angry at them at all. And it's mental to for Nicolas as well and Turaf as well, who are working nonstop, 1,000%. And yeah, to get all of these in order, and a lot of wildfires came up, and now they have to distinguish them because probably they didn't have that much time to focus on that, and they gave it to somebody else who then fucked it up. But yeah, same shit for NBA or MLB, or at least like that's a big loss for Sorare. Like they lost so much reputation on these two projects as well. Like, and so much money got diluted away from the main product. And maybe it is really, like, I've read that a lot of times, so this is not my idea on Twitter. Maybe it is really time to just cut them off, throw them away, sell them to another company in a way, and basically cut off your legs to live on longer, but to live
I
on
know what you
a
mean.
health,
Yeah, yeah.
fulfill your potential, basically. And
Hmm.
sometimes you're just carrying your arm or whatever, and then it's the best to cut it off, basically, and focus on the rest, and make that blossom as well again. But this is not the topic of today, and I don't want to discuss this
No,
anyways
no,
at the
no,
moment.
that's fine. I
But
get that.
yeah, like again, bro, like coming to the long format now, we have they kept the 220 as a long format, which is okayish. I think they should, because it is a bad reputation of having good cards anyway, so people just don't put their best lineups in there anyways. But I don't get why they can't make the cap 240 a long term competition. The only thing I can imagine is then people would even play it even more, and they would even need to pay out even more money, basically, because obviously if you have 60% more people trying to do it, probably half of them is gonna make it or not, and that's obviously loads of money for them going out of that competition. But the competition itself is perfect for that, because you're actually just playing it for the threshold, and the cards are a bonus. So you would be fine to just win the threshold for 1 month, and if you after 1 month win a card on top of it, it would be super exciting. So
Yeah, I agree. I agree
this
with that big
this
time.
would be perfect for this kind of value and long form competition for the start. I think in the future we will see more than one long format competition, anyways. But yeah, but that already takes away a lot of reward pressure, because there's good rewards given out in Capital 40 as well,
Hmm.
and you get them at the end of the month, which is completely fine, because I think like 90% of the people would be really okay with it, because they anyways just play it for the cash.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think that's the perfect competition to do it in. Like you said, cards are always a bonus in that competition. You play it to hit 280. If your team does pop off and it hits 360, 370, 380, then great. But I think, yeah, I don't see any downside in making 240 the long form. I love the 220 long form just because, you put your lesser, performing cards in there in that
Yes.
sense, and it gives a chance to just put out another lineup that. And the good thing about 220 Feder is obviously you can use a scarcity of below, can't you? So you could use a limited in rare, and you can obviously use a rare in super rare in that sense. So I kind of like that. I think that gives it just makes it a bit easier. Like where we had the 270 long form, I couldn't play it. I didn't have the cards to do it, and I think a lot of people were the same. I know you were able to play it. But like 240, I think is perfect though, because like you said, it's all about the threshold. You win that weekly, and then at the end of the month, if you have done really well, then there's a card reward for you, isn't there?
That's exactly what I meant. And what you see, and that's just perfect. Like if you become first, then it's even nicer, and you're even more compelling to play it in a way, which is the only downside I see there, is that they would need to probably pay out more money because more people will probably prioritize it as
Mm.
well. Maybe,
what
or
do you think
maybe
about
even
this?
not. Maybe even not, because maybe there is some people who play Captain 40 to win cards, and
Yeah,
those
there
people
probably is.
now
Of course,
stay,
there is, but
and now they probably then don't want to play it anymore and rather play also Rare Plus or also Rare, whatever.
maybe,
Maybe.
but
But
yeah,
yeah, but I don't see the harm of doing it in Captain 40. And it's okay-ish if you don't have the one lower scarcity. It's fine. The guys who play rare play rare. The guys who play super rare play super rare. The guy who plays unique play unique. It's completely fine. You don't have to always mix it up. There needs to be other forms and types of progression and intensives to progress correctly, not to just progress to farm threshold.
mhm.
And yeah, but seriously, I'm seriously debating if I should buy a threshold unique team now for Christmas as my Christmas present to myself, basically. Man, if you hit 4 thresholds in unique, you get $2,000 a month, bro.
I know it.
Like, you can
It
live with
is.
that money. You know what I mean?
I know it is hard though. Like if I go to one of our good friends Nashi, who I know plays the super rare threshold, I just want to have a little look at how he's been getting on in that
The
competition. I
unique,
don't.
the
Yeah, so
unique
he
threshold.
plays the unique threshold. So you got what is he? He's 82 points away here, or 84 points away here with a Thorgan Hazard captain, which is very possible this weekend. I just want to see like the last couple of weekends. Has he hit the unique threshold this week? Look how close that is. 22 points away. DNP Oliver Norwood as captain, so he would have hit that if he didn't get the
Yeah.
DNP. I'm just having a little look. I mean, this is just a case study in that sense. I just want to see, how close he's been getting. 171 points here. Lanzini DNP'd. Kaminsky conceded 3. So it's hard. Like we obviously play the Super A threshold, and we have quite a lot of success there. But we have like 40 Super A's. You have even more. Like how many
Yes.
uniques? How many uniques do you think you would need to get realistically?
I think I wouldn't prioritize it, but I think I would need to buy one more defender, basically, 2 midfielders and 1 striker.
So basically a whole
So
team.
four, yeah, whole team.
Yeah.
But you can get them for like this whole team. You can probably get for 1 point, or like let's say if it is good, like for 2 ETH, like 0.5
Okay.
a card. Probably one is a bit more expensive. The other one is cheaper, basically. But I
Hmm.
think for 2 ETH you can get 4 uniques, which is 4K, which is a lot of money. But you just need
Yeah,
two.
it is. It is a
You
lot of
just
money.
need 8 thresholds to make that back, basically.
For sure, the math does make sense in that sense. Like it's not you're not a million miles off having to pay that back. Like you said, it's only 4 thresholds, but it is like I do think it is still really hard to hit. Like you've just got to be on it. You need your players to obviously perform and stuff. But like I don't know. I think you could do it. Like I think you have enough of a gallery to where like you could afford to play it and not prioritize it, but just have it there as a bonus.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not gonna prioritize. It's gonna happen. It's gonna see. Like I have some trades with Pavel going on. Let's see how that goes. If I get one player who's gonna be a bit better unique, my funds are gonna go there. But
Okay.
if he's now a bit crazy and just tripled his price because he just has a bad day, something like that, I'm not gonna buy him. I'd rather buy some other uniques and just try to play the super threshold then, basically.
Yeah, no, I get that. Right, Feder, on a bit of a better, more, positive note, what do you
Yeah, I'm
feel?
positive.
No, I know. I'm
I'm
just saying,
actually
this is like a really cool thing, though, I think. I mentioned it in my Road to Glory. Mate, I love this reward box situation. Like, this is one of the coolest things I think Sorare have come out with as far as, like, how they reward cards slash things or items, whatever, in a long time. I can't remember the last time I was like, wow, you know what? This is a really interesting way of doing things. What do you think?
please explain everybody what those reward boxes are first. Then we can talk about
For sure.
what I think.
No worries. So I'm reading this off the Medium post. So reward box 2 or special 270 is basically a Cap 270 competition. It doesn't replace Cap 270. It's just a completely new competition. running for 4 consecutive game weeks, as it sort of states there. Same rules as Cap 270, where basically Sorare are like giving out these like mystery boxes effectively, where I mean, we can explain why they're doing it here. So the reward experience also aims to address a number of reward frustrations and feedback we've collected from the community, including managers believe they need too many points to win a reward that brings excitement on rewards day. Winning XP would be a more interesting reward so that managers can select the players they want to level up. Managers care more about top tier card rewards, and it's important to ensure that top performers in a game week are rewarded fairly. So the solution they're exploring is the top 7,000 managers have the opportunity to win exciting card rewards and club items while also maintaining our core gameplay principles by ensuring that the top managers are guaranteed top rewards. So this is the breakdown on screen right now. So you got first to third win a star rare, or star limited, tier 3 rare, and they win a premium box. And you win that premium box all the way down to 1,000 places. From 1,001 to 3,000, you win the standard box. From 3,001 to 7,000, you win the light box. Now, I don't know if it's going to show us the breakdown, but we'll have to go over to Sorare to do this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go over to Sorare lobby, and in the reward box special, we can see the breakdown. So, limited premium box. So on screen right now, it shows us that, the probabilities basically of pulling a card out of one of these boxes and the probability of, winning one of the level ups. So in the premium box, basically you're guaranteed a level up, but if you don't get a level up, or 3 level ups actually you actually get a card. That card is a minimum of a tier 3. So, even if, it's obviously going to be less likely to win a card than it is to win the level up. But even if you do win the level up, you can obviously, level up some of your good cards, which I think is a really interesting thing. I think that's better than winning a tier 5. Way better, I think. And then if you do win a card, if you are lucky enough to be in the top, it's a 15% chance of winning a tier 3, a 3.7% chance of winning a tier 2, a 1% chance of winning a tier 1, and a 0.3% chance of winning a star rare. So that, it's very unlikely, but if you do, you win a minimum of a tier 3. A tier 3 to anyone is a good card that can be used, as long as it's not a DNP. Because yeah, exactly. That's what I'm a bit worried about. Like, if they start doing this and now there's just loads of DNPs everywhere, people are going to be fuming again, because they're going to be like, hang on a minute, I thought this tier 3 is going to be a card that I can use. And it's not, and it might not be. So that's the only thing I'm a bit worried about. You go down to the so you got the premium, then you got the standard box, which is the same situation, but the probabilities are a lot less. So you only win 2 level up cards, and the probability of doing that is a lot greater. It's 88%. Then you've got a 10% chance of a tier 3, 1.5% chance of a tier 2, a 0.4% chance of a tier 1, and a 0.1% chance of a star rare. So, the chances of you winning a star rare out of the standard box is like little to nothing, isn't it, at the end of the day? But what can you expect? Like, you finished like in the 1,000th positions, like you can't expect to go win a star rare if you're doing that. But someone is going to, like, someone will, but not everyone will, obviously. And then you've got the light version, which is, again, you only win 1 level up card, and it's a 91% chance of doing so, 8% of a tier 3, 0.8% chance of a tier 2, 0.15 of a tier 1, and then a 0.05% chance of a star rare. So I think it's a really interesting way of sort of, like what Sorare is saying in the update. It stops people. Well, it allows people to just to have some it basically allows, not everyone, but it allows 7,000 limited players at least to have a bit of an exciting sort of game week. Even if they don't win a card, at least they're opening something. It's not easy to win cards on this game. It's not easy to win thresholds. But at least for like beginners and players who haven't invested that much money in the game, the thrill of winning a card, the thrill of opening a card is very fun. So this sort of mystery box situation, I'm not saying they're guaranteed cards, because they're clearly not, but at least it gives them that buzz of just opening something. That's my take on it. I think it's just a fun way of packaging what they already do in an interesting way.
Agree. 1,000% agree, to be honest. I love it. I think we needed to get this as soon as possible in rare to replace some rewards, not just new competition as well, just to replace some rewards. I think it's perfect. As you said, it gives you excitement. Even coming in the range of winning a tier 3 now could be exciting because you get this mystery box that could potentially hold a star. So even there, you could have had the chance to somehow, luckily, pack or get a Haaland in a way, which
Yeah.
is just amazing. And there's a
Jackpot,
very
right?
good step.
That is the jackpot element.
Yeah,
It
we
is.
need another. There's one. It's one part of the jackpot amulet for people
Agree.
to start prioritizing those competitions again. But then we need the big jackpot that you actually get if you become first or second or third, something like that. Because even now, I just checked while you were reading this. I just checked the reward pools for the second division. Okay, I know it's not the best reward pools, but even if I become second, like
Yeah.
I get 0.13 ETH,
Yeah.
and basically the card I get is worth basically 0.17 if it's a star, basically. So that's 0.3 ETH. Like, don't get me wrong, that's a lot of money, but nobody's gonna buy a team for 0.3 ETH. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nobody. And especially if I just bought the striker, which you need to compete in this competition. I bought it because I have longer term plans for him, and my gallery is big enough to sustain him playing a lot of game weeks and being good for my gallery. But even that, like, I just paid. I didn't even pay half. Like it just paid a bit more. Like, he's worth a bit more than half. Like,
Yeah,
sorry if
he's
you
worth a bit
understand.
more than the ether you're winning, basically, right?
Exactly.
But that
So I
makes.
couldn't
I mean,
even if I
yeah.
would just get the Eve, I couldn't even buy him basically.
No, I know. But like, he's a,
No,
he
or
is a star rare
no,
right now, right?
but that's wrong. What I wanted to say, that what I wanted to basically say is with 0.3 Eve, I would need to win 4 times the competition to get back my team
Right.
because I have the Superas in there and Bazunu is super expensive, and Kyle Walker Peters or whatever. You know what I mean?
So you're saying like buying the team that you won with isn't worth the podium places, basically?
At the moment, no,
Yeah.
for sure
Okay.
not.
Yeah.
For sure not. Like, if probably for also rares, plus it still is, but I still have other teams to play there.
Mm-hmm.
And but yeah, for sure not. But if you win it 5-6 times, then it could start. If I stay on the podium, it's already my third podium in second division this year, so it's going well.
Yeah, it
Then, to
adds
be
up.
honest.
Yeah, like it's not just like we said, we're looking quite well. My statement then was very short term in the sense of like you're not just buying one team for one game week, obviously.
Exactly, you're not
Yeah,
exactly my team. I buy, like, I bought Bazunu for longer term. I bought the Jens deck for longer term. I won Manu Fuster with James Madison.
you did.
Crazy
Yeah.
card, Manafusta. I love Manafusta. And I bought this Inigo Vincente because I was just freaking tired of Zion Fleming, in which I completely did correctly.
Yeah.
Imagine I would have played Zion Fleming again this
Oh,
weekend, like, for real.
you know,
And he just scored 40 again.
it just shows if you buy quality, you end up you do kind of reap the rewards in that sense, don't you? A lot of the time.
1,000%. Yeah, 1,000%. And I won Josh Sargent, so he's going to be interesting as well.
Nice.
He's
Okay.
he's approximately back next week, so I might even play him in Boxing Day. So we're gonna talk about this later soon. But yeah, it brings back excitement, and we need excitement. All we need is get this excitement back. People
I know.
need to be on a Friday, on a Tuesday. They're fuck yeah, man. How do I do this lineup? And I want to win this game week. Blah blah blah. That's what we need. That's what we need back.
I
And
agree.
if we need that back, we're again in the golden age of Sora, because that's what made this game great, and that's what still makes this great game.
Mm-hmm. Completely
People
agree.
sitting there analyzing, scouting, excitement. Excitement is the word.
Wanting to buy cards, like
Exactly.
yeah. I'm not
That's the
saying
word.
nobody wants to buy cards, but you just want everyone buying cards, obviously.
Of course, that would be the healthy environment and ecosystem.
Yeah.
So
And
that's
then
number one priority. And
go
somehow,
on.
as you said correctly, you can get it a bit more up. I don't say it's the final solution. I think we need more solutions than that. But it's a good step. It's a good step.
Yeah,
And before
it's a step in the right direction as far as
exactly.
the jackpotty type of thrill is concerned.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I put cash prices in there, put jerseys in there. I don't know, even if a lot of people don't seem to like the jerseys. I heard some very strange stuff on Twitter. I don't hate the jerseys as well. I would not compete for a jersey. I agree.
No, but if it was like a
Because
bonusy thing, like if it was on top,
yeah,
then you would,
exactly.
wouldn't you? Yeah.
Exactly, would it be a bonus thing instead of a card? Like, get rid of the tier 3, tier 4, tier 5s, and just give this a mystery element in there, basically. And that's great. That just give less card rewards, because this is, we are saying this since one year, basically. We have to either get rid of the auction supply by not auctioning any cards anymore, basically,
Okay.
or we have
Yeah.
to get rid of the reward supply, because if we have both supplies, it's just over flooding the market and inflationary, nothing else. And yeah, okay. Coming back to the last part of this pod, and the most exciting one for me, because I'm still excited. I still want to win. That's it. And I still love this game, but I just see, and this just hurts my heart so much. I see so many people giving up on this game because they're not excited anymore. And that's why I'm saying it. Like, me personally, I'm super pumped. I have everything. You know me. If not, I wouldn't do the podcast and everything. But it literally hurts my heart. And yeah,
No, I know
that
you're
makes
very
me sad.
passionate, and that definitely
Exactly.
comes through. I know people at home can definitely see that, like, you know, when you are not criticizing, but when you are sort of vocal and stuff, it comes from a very good place. You know, you're not doing it
Yes.
because it's a monetary thing, and like you don't want to lose money. It's nothing to do with that. Like, I honestly know that
Exactly.
you know, the reason why I asked you to start this podcast was because you're passionate. Like, you're just so passionate
Exactly.
about football, one, but two, this game, obviously. And
Exactly.
and I just hope that obviously shows and stuff. And I know it does. Anyway, Boxing Day, Feder.
Exactly, brother.
Is that game week 436 or is that game week 435? So
I think it's 35 and 36.
So 35
There's
is
two.
22nd to 26th, and then
Exactly.
the next one is 26th to 29th. So what are you more?
Exactly.
I'm having a look at your gallery now. You have way more goalkeepers available in game week 435. Way more. In
Yeah,
rare,
but I'm
anyway.
trying to sell the Scottish guy. Let's see if that's an experiment I'm trying to do. Or
Trevor
you think
Carson,
I should
yeah.
keep him?
I
Or do you
mean,
think I should keep him?
they play Aberdeen at home in game week 435. I'm just looking at your other fixtures now. I mean, you got Villa at home to Sheffield, so he's going to be, you know, Emi Martinez will definitely be used. Bazanu is away to QPR. That's probably a good fixture as well, actually. Van der Voort away to... And Chesney, of course, away to... Is that Frosinone?
Frosinone, yeah.
Yeah, and then you've got Van der Voort away to Anderlecht. Obviously not easy. Yeah, you could probably do with him, Feder, maybe for cap 240 or something, because he has a low cap.
Yeah, but I don't have... the problem is I don't have as many midfielders, especially because Mads is injured, basically.
Okay,
so,
yeah, I'm just looking now. Zogan,
I can't
Bruno.
really build as many lineups as I have goalkeepers. You know?
Yeah, no, I get you. I'm just looking at your
So
midfielders there.
I think I think if somebody wants him in this community, I can give him for a good price.
How much does he go for right now? Trevor
He's
Carson.
0.15, something like that.
Okay. I mean, very nice.
He's not bad.
Well, I actually have two Dundee Super Res now.
I can give you a good price for him if you want.
They have two home games, Aberdeen and Celtic. Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, for you, I even give you a better price, but we need to somehow hide it so we don't get don't make the price. We don't destroy the price graphs. Something like that.
I'm gonna.
That's
see.
what I hate the most. Yeah,
I need to see what how many goalkeepers I have. I think I have enough, honestly, for this next.
The problem is I want to play Bazunu in U23 because I'm playing QPR, so that's a great matchup. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is a very good.
The
matchup.
problem is I can't really play U23, so I don't know where to play him. So because like I have Malik Chow, he's injured. Sven Botman is back, which is great. Sorry for shouting there, but I was excited.
Yeah,
Aspria is my super midfielder who could play, and Balikwisha Neto. But Balikwisha is playing against Westerlo. Okay, that should be fine. And Neto's apparently going back, so I could actually play him in U23 Rare Plus. The problem is I don't have any defender there. Maybe I need to buy a defender then, because Sven Botman, I'm not sure if it's against Luton, so it would be perfect. But I'm not sure he's gonna start. You know?
Yeah.
Like just building now, I could play Bazunu, Botman, Aspria, Balikwisha, and then Gianluca Buzio. That's a great team, especially in
Rare Plus.
Like that. In Rare Plus. But the problem is, I'm not sure if Botman is starting. I'm pretty sure Aspria is gonna start now because he got rested this
Bro, can we
this
just have
weekend.
Can we just have a
Yeah.
moment to sympathise with our boy Tanguy Nianzou? What is going on, Feder?
Oh man, I don't know. He's always injured,
His
brother.
body is just
He's oh
broken. Like I think he is actually just a broken man.
yeah, he's a broken man. It's a bit like Fofana. Too
Yeah.
much talent. Too much talent.
Too
That's
much,
all.
too young. Too many
Too
games.
much talent. Yeah, too young.
Mm,
Too much talent. Not enough time to grow because bone
sad,
structure
isn't
could
it?
go. Yeah, it's very sad. But another new coach for Sevilla. So let's see how that goes.
Okay.
Is
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
turn out. They fired the coach again last week.
Wow.
Look, I'm
Okay.
gonna 1,000% have a nice Champion Europe stack with Chesney, Danilo, Tomori, Reinders, and Berardi. So that's been nice.
Yeah.
And then I can play one nice, I think one good and nice All-Star Rare. Plus, so I don't need Tara Carson because Emiliano Martinez I'm going to play in the Premier League winter competition because that's what I'm most excited about, you know?
Yeah. 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 Hmm.
So that's gonna be a crazy team to be honest. The only thing is I'm not too sure who I'm playing
The Premier
as
League.
yeah, I'm not too sure who I'm gonna play as a wait, where is it?
I'm trying to find your. Why can't I? Oh, here we go.
Where is it?
I can't find it in the lineup builder. Can you? Premier
Yeah,
League
you can't.
specialist. It's not there, no.
You can't. No, you can't. But it's Emiliano Martinez, Pau Torres, Bruno Guimaraes, then Dejan Kulusevski at home against Everton, and then Trippier. That's a great lineup.
That's a good team.
And
What about Bowen?
Trippier and
Jared Bowen?
who are they playing against?
Man U at home, brother. Come on.
Yeah, but you have to play Kulusevski at the moment.
Yeah, yeah. Kulusevski and Bowen.
Instead of whom?
Like
Instead of
Bowen's.
Trippier?
Yeah.
You think?
Well, I mean, they're playing Luton, aren't they? I don't know.
Yeah, they're playing
Trippier hasn't been great, has he?
No, he hasn't been great yet recently. He has been great. He has been great against Everton, but then he
No.
got 2 errors left to
Yeah,
go.
2 error led to go. Yeah, he was great
But
against
the
Man
AA
U.
was great. But the AA was great.
Yeah, 25
Basically.
AA. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, he was on a 90 at some point, and then he got the 2 error lets to go basically.
yeah. That is so annoying.
But yeah, I'm probably need to buy one more U23 defender, maybe if I'm not seeing any signals that Botman is fit and ready to go, basically.
Uh-huh.
Which I hope he is because he needs to get some game time soon. And yeah, I'm really excited for the Boxing Day. And the good part is there's not as many games on there, so you can focus on your games as well. And it's also nicer to watch, in my opinion, like because you can just focus on other small type of games and not like 50 games on a Sunday, 50 games on a Saturday. You know what I mean? And that's what I love. And it gets a bit even more exciting, and then I watch it even with more happiness. And then especially the most games are like on Saturday the 23, and that's perfect, so you can just enjoy the first day before Christmas, the last day before Christmas, on the couch and watching some Premier League football and Serie A, and it's gonna be amazing. And we're gonna probably have an episode before that, but this
Yeah,
was
definitely.
preparation of the Boxing Day, and I'm looking good. And the only thing I need to check is if I should sell Tara Carson or not, later.
Well, we'll see how many offers you get for him. Also, Fed, I just wanted
Yeah, I
to
haven't gotten. I got 2 offers already,
Okay,
but only
okay.
with like cards. And I don't want cards.
Yeah, yeah. I just wanted to let you know that. So we said Boxing. Well, we didn't say, but basically Boxing Day is split between 2 game weeks. So Tuesday morning, you have like Newcastle playing Forest, but then and that's in game week 435. But and then in game week 436, you have the rest of the games. They start from 3 o'clock onwards. So Newcastle's game is in like the first game week, if that makes sense, of Christmas, 4:35, and then the rest of the games are in 4:36 because it's a Tuesday,
Exactly.
right? Yeah, which is quite
Exactly.
weird. So you have like Antwerp, you have Leeds playing Preston 12:30. We have our boy Busio at 2 o'clock.
Busio, the boy. Yeah, there's a lot of double game weeks as well. I think
Ah,
like a
okay.
lot of. I think Trippier has double game. Like Newcastle has a double game week. I
So what
think
do they play?
Balakisha has a double.
Friday? No.
They play Friday and Tuesday, I think, or Monday, something like that.
Yeah, I think they play. Ah, okay. So yeah, Newcastle play. I was gonna say, do they play Saturday? No, they don't. We'll have to have a look into that. Also, our boy
At least wait,
Badiashile,
like
by the
I
way,
expect.
yesterday's smashing.
Yeah, he's a baller.
I didn't know he was gonna
Was he
play
play?
though.
Did Balakisha? But yeah, shit.
Yeah,
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 he's a
Badiashile.
baller. He's a baller. Like
Bro, he scored
if he
like
plays,
50
he's a
AA
baller also.
yesterday.
I don't like him. I don't like him as much in real life because he's just too clunky and everything. But on Sora, he's just an AA monster because he wins every freaking duel.
51 AA yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah, and that got opted down. It was more. I think it was 60 AA.
Boom! My boy Tijani just had an assist. Let's go! Boom, boom, boom!
Let's go, Tijani. 7 minutes
Love that man.
in. That's huge for you.
I love that man. That man, like, if somebody wants to give me a Christmas present, I need a Tijani Reinders signed jersey. Sorry, I talked a bit of negative rumble recently, but get me a Tijani signed jersey, please. That's my favorite player after Mario
What a
Balotelli.
man. What a
I
man,
love
Tijani
this man.
Reinders.
I love this man. I love him. And I loved him when he was at Alkmaar and nobody even saw him.
You were the first guy to show me Tijani Reinders. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
You were the
baller.
first man.
He's a baller. I love
Such
it.
a good player.
Thank you, Tijani.
I think that gets you the threshold, no? 240?
Yeah, that gets me the red threshold, which was kind of very hard to get because my goalie got 12 points. But yeah.
No,
Yeah,
I'm buzzing for you.
Tijani.
That's huge. Just to end the episode. So we've been going over an hour, to be fair, which is fun. I do think though, if you have been watching this on YouTube, I am sorry that the connection's been a bit weird. So like, I think Feder's webcam for whatever reason hasn't been as smooth as it normally is. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it is. We don't know how to fix it basically.
By the way,
but-
I'm buying a new
Ooh.
webcam for Christmas. So people are gonna see me in HD now.
HD Feder.
yeah.
That's what we love to see.
Until
love
the
to see it.
20th, until I think like until the 15th of January something. Or at least until the 10th of January I'm in Germany, so the internet
Okay.
connection is 10 times better than here in the UK. So that's gonna be
Amazing.
crazy. The next,
So
next
can the
podcast gonna be
people?
nice.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can the people look forward to next podcast? Will you have a better webcam?
And not next one because it's still before Christmas, but the
okay,
later
yeah.
one.
Okay,
But
that's fine.
But I make sure that I have we have the best connection, and so we can talk just relentlessly without introductions. And maybe
That's
we can
perfect.
have some little giveaway for our.
Yeah, we need to do some giveaways as well. We will be doing some giveaways over this Christmas period on the Twitter account on here as
Yes.
well. So just keep an eye out. We will be giving away some cards and whatever. For
Exactly.
just to
for
thank you guys.
Christmas.
Yeah, for Christmas to thank you guys for watching, listening. But yeah, Feder, safe flight. I think you're leaving today, I believe.
Yes, I'm flying to Germany today.
Feder's flying today, so everyone wish him a safe flight. But yeah, it's been a pleasure to chat with you. We'll chat again next week, obviously, for episode 44.
Of course.
And yeah, mate, I'll give you a WhatsApp message, and we'll just take it from there.
Of course. And now I'm gonna just watch a bit of Milan before we go, and then Forza Milan, and let's go. Wish you the most nicest time of preparation of Christmas, and then obviously next week I'm gonna wish you something else as well.
I appreciate that, mate. Well, yeah, same for you. Safe flight as well. Everyone listening at home,
yeah.
massive good luck this game week and the next couple of game weeks as well. Obviously, we'll chat next week. But yeah, been a pleasure, lads, and we'll catch you